We're showing you a lot of cool AI tools, and some of these can come with costs if you want to go pro. It took me down a little rabbit hole for finance related things to think about. We'll dig into that and some fun stuff too. We're back. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Lori, how you doing?
Excellent. It's the daily AI experiment. Dan Wagner and Lori Ryan, and that's what we do. We experiment with you. We're pulling you in behind the scenes.
We won't leave anyone out if they don't want to be left out.
We just wrapped up 2024, and I thought it would be a good exercise heading into 2025 as we keep exploring all these new AI tools and where to put money about where it's going for AI so far. I don't know if it'd be worthwhile to show everybody, but I can certainly share my screen.
Definitely.
And give a little look at some of these things before we show more tools. How about that?
That sounds great. Yeah. You know, it's very easy it kind of can get away from you, can it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can you see my screen right now?
We can, and that is a spreadsheet.
It's not very well organized. I'm sure there are people who could come in and tell me how to do this a million times better, but at least it got me started, right? And you look at ChatGPT, 240, Claude, Perplexity. My annual subscription comes up for the Pro plan in January. I've got decisions to make, right? How much am I using Perplexity for my research? And do I want to continue? And I likely will, just because it helps keep exploring and learning new things. Opus Clip, that's what I'm going to show you today, and how we've used it. And I'm going to continue to monitor that monthly. Mayo Studio, it's how I've been generating headshots. And what I've done, they have weekly subscriptions. So sometimes what I've done is gone in and paid just for 1 week and canceled. And then maybe 3 months, 4 months, 6 months later, I'll go in and do a refresh. Make sure it's, got whatever glasses I'm wearing at the time, or earrings or haircuts. You know how that goes.
That's smart.
Captions AI, I've been playing around with that since you introduced me to it. I'm taking it kind of month to month. We'll see. Tomorrow's the big decision day on that. I'll probably let that go another month. Canva, to me.
You happen to use that today?
Captions AI, I did not.
Oh, use something else on your recent post?
Yes, that was CapCut.
Oh, you did that in CapCut. Oh, nice.
I did it in CapCut. So Canva and CapCut right now, these annual subscriptions, to me, they are the most valuable tools I feel like I have in my toolbox. And I also am using Tactic, which is a notes taker, a lot, and it's fantastic. Just this week, I had a meeting with a prospect. And of course, at the beginning of the call, I'm like, hey, are you okay if we record this? They said yes. I was able to take some of the transcription, not the whole thing, because we talked about some personal stuff in there, put it in ChatGPT, and I'm like, help me write the follow-up email. And I thought it did a fabulous job, and I just had to insert some additional links. And then just recently, thanks to you also showing that Gemini demonstration, I did sign up for Google Gemini, and my payments start in February. And right now they're offering like 3 months at a reduced rate. So I might try that for 3 months and see how it goes. I have not used it a lot so far since I've had it for like a week. So that's kind of a summary. And if you look at annually, right, it's about $1,600. And so you think if you were to hire someone to do what these tools are doing, what the cost of that might be. So this is still a very small amount. I don't know if that was interesting or what you thought, but that's.
No, I think that's really important. And I'm sure people appreciate it. They get a sense of the tools that you think are worth paying for. That's always helpful to kind of gauge that. I see, you got Claude, Perplexity, and ChatGPT. And can you maybe help people understand why you have all three and what the shortcomings might be?
Absolutely. So I can tell you that I use all three, and they all have slightly different benefits, right? ChatGPT, I think, is the number one all around best tool if you just need a utility that can do the most things, right? Image generation, can see the internet live, can build custom GPTs with outputs that you need. Claude, though, however, seems to be a better writer. So sometimes I will take what's come out of ChatGPT and ask Claude to review it, provide feedback. I've used Claude less lately since ChatGPT came out with their latest models and also their projects. So I may revisit keeping Claude, but right now I do want to keep it simply because it seems to be better at writing. Perplexity is an incredibly powerful research tool. They've also implemented this new shop feature that I hope to demonstrate here. That's available with Pro. So I do want to revisit, and just their search capabilities to me are still superior to ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is definitely keeping up since they introduced search. So those are kind of the top three.
Excellent. Well, thanks for sharing that. I think everyone's going to appreciate that breakdown, and that's valuable, I think, for everybody. So great.
All right. So what we came here to talk about, right? Opus Clip. Here it is. So I've been taking what are some of our episodes, right? And putting a link in here. And they have two types of things you can do. And they support video links from YouTube, Vimeo, Zoom, Rumble, and even StreamYard, which is what we are using to record this, right? And you take this 20-minute or discussion or whatever we're having, and it breaks it down into clips. And you can decide, you can actually say, I want these clips to be 30 seconds or 60 seconds or about a minute. And it can turn those into short clips for you. So if I go here into my library, if I can find it, you know, the hard part, finding stuff. Here it is. How do you know? So I took in our, what is Browse AI, and I put it in here. And this is the paid version. And what's different about the paid version than the other is notice how it gives you all of these scores. Like, I'm pretty impressed. We got a 99. They said our hook here can improve, but I mean, it talks to you and gives you feedback on these sections of the videos that it's pulling. Now, I've had situations where sometimes things get cut off mid-word at the end. You do have the ability with the Pro to edit the clips if needed. With the free version, it'll still put these in all in order, but you won't get any of this feedback here before you post it. You also have the ability to add B-roll.
Nice.
But I thought, you know, see too how it mixes up sometimes and it'll divide the screen based on what you're sharing in a close-up of the person. I thought that was interesting too. And notice this one had an A for a hook. Playful and engaging tone at the start draws viewers in.
Nice.
Oh, here we go. There you are.
There I am.
There you are.
Nice.
But this is a way. And then what you can do too, there's even a plan beyond or more expensive for what I'm doing that you can connect this and post this to your social media accounts automatically.
Wow.
So again, it depends on what your needs are as an organization, but I do believe shorts are becoming more and more important in this world we live in.
Yeah, I think people get caught in the, you know, the reels or the shorts or whatever it is. They just like watch one and then they watch it, and it's kind of an addictive thing, right? So,
and YouTube now has the ability to upload shorts, right? So I'm thinking, Dan, you and I can take some of these shorts that have been generated and try out shorts and see how it does. Oh, don't hate me. I must have a full tummy from my dinner, but there's one more thing I want to show with Opus Clip.
Okay.
And that's how the pricing works. Because this is what I think is sometimes hard for people to find. So I'm going to let me know when you see my screen.
It's up.
So they have a credit system, right? And with this Pro version that I'm on, what they do is basic clip model is 1 credit for 1 minute of video submitted. So typically our videos go like 20 minutes. And I've been doing basic clips. So that's about 20 credits or so per recording. And if we were to add B-roll, I have not done that yet. It's 1 credit for 1 B-roll generated. And you can also, I watched a video today. They have incredible videos, YouTube videos built right into their tool with like tips or hacks you didn't know about. And sometimes they can just take out your ums and ahs and breaks, even if you didn't want to edit the clip. So I thought that was an interesting use. And so when we go back here, I see I have 123 credits available, expiring in 54 days, which is about less than 2 months. So how many minutes of that is that if I do basic? Come on, can you help me with math, Dan?
So you got how many credits you have?
123.
And so you're wondering how many AI episodes we can do?
So if I were to say our things are like average of 20
20
minutes, what do we have? Like 6 we could put in here in 54 days. I'm done now. I can be done sharing.
I will hide your stuff. Yeah, let's go back. I like this view better.
So that's all I got today.
No, well, that's wonderful. I love that. That Opus Clip seems really powerful. Can it do? So you can just run a clip and it'll take out the ums and ahs. Is that? But that's still charge you
a credit.
20 credits. 20 credits or just one?
It's one. Well, it depends on the video you're putting in, right? So when I put in the link to our YouTube video, it's 20 minutes that it's going through, and then it generates the series of videos from that 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what you pay for those. What would the price per credit be, or how does that go?
Well, I am paying I got to go to my sheet. Keep up with things. I'm paying $15 a month, and I got 150 credits for that.
Okay, so it's 10 credits for $1. Mm-hmm. Okay, is that right?
We have to do math at night.
I think that's right. That's what came to me, and if I overthink it, then we're going to be here about 20 minutes, and I'm going to be like, no, yes. Well, that's fascinating, and I like that tool. I thank you again for showing the spreadsheet, the breakdown. So, and I do think most tools are in that. What are they in the $5 to $30 range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Many offer discounts, right? If you're willing to sign up for a year. I've been very hesitant to do that because you don't know what's on the horizon right now because so much is changing so quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. And then you don't know something great new is going to come that's going to blow everything else you're using out of the water. Because, I mean, really, there's somebody like you or me, in the back trying to create something really cool because they're like, I think we could do a much better job of this. And they're trying to get it out to the market. And when it comes out, it's like, oh, that's way better. And, and then you got ChatGPT is now into video with Sora. And or the OpenAI group, Sora, they're kind of into different things. You also got Google's into video now, which with their tool, which is supposed to really be the cat's,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vio. I think that. Neo.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I've heard great stuff, and my big advice to anybody who's playing with all these tools is to keep track of it. I wish I would have done a better job up until now and really try to be thinking through how you're using it. Has it added value to your business? And if so, how? And if I weren't in the business of learning and exploring and sharing, I'm certain there could be opportunities for me to cut back a little bit.
Right. But you might want something else that's more central to the service that you provide or what have you. So yeah, that's wonderful. I'm trying to think of my costs, and I went through recently and kind of got rid of stuff that I wasn't using. Yeah, it's amazing. You find out it's like, oh crap, I've been spending $20 a month for 2 years on that. I could have taken someone special out to dinner.
So here's another thing, Dan. What I caught today. I realized through my Wix website, I had signed up for a marketplace app to create a link tree. I didn't even realize it. And it took me like 20 minutes to dig in and see that I have been charged $10 extra a month since March for something I wasn't even using.
Yeah, that hurts, right? I mean, it's one thing to use it, and even if it isn't effective, at least you're there and you're trying or whatever. But to find out it was accidentally, forgotten, or just you didn't know that you clicked that button when you signed up or whatever. So
Correct.
what's a link tree? Everyone's asking.
Linktree is something like, because I was going to build a page on the website that has all the links of all the different places. I don't even really understand it myself, but it felt like the thing I should be doing after I read something or saw something. It was one of those impulse decisions that, oh, I got to try this. I need this. And then I think I couldn't get it to work, and I got distracted and walked away from it.
Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. If you're like me, which I know that we have some similarities, that's why we get along so well. But that ability to get, kind of like shiny object syndrome, it's like, ooh, squirrel, So, but that's good. That's what keeps us learning, and we're definitely not stuck in the mud, Lori.
Even though some days it feels like it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, only compared to how much we want to soar. Anyhow.
Yes. But I do think it's important. I don't know, what is it like, keeping all of your tech stack clean, because all of this now becomes part of your tech stack and managing your tech stack.
Definitely. Speaking of tech stacks, I saw a post on LinkedIn, and some guy was like, "Oh, I think," and he had, maybe I'll be able to do an upcoming experiment on it. But he had a huge diagram of all the steps in his process. He was a recruiter, and I actually have done some work in recruiting technology in the past. But he had this huge, there was like probably 100 different, boxes, do this and then do this and then do this. And if it's this, and then do this. And he had 100 boxes, and he says, I've used AI to automate this process. And he says, put AI in the comment if you want to see the tech stack. I'm like, oh yeah. Anyhow, not that I'm even in that, but it's like someone's really gonna tackle this in a profound way. And that's another tip too, is keep your eye on LinkedIn, keep looking at YouTube videos. Someone's gonna come along and they're gonna do something, you're gonna wait, what? They did that with AI? And it's gonna be such a light bulb moment for people, and that it's just going to take off. And if you wait till someone at work tells you, you're going to wait a long time. But if you're out looking, you're going to be the first to know.
For sure. And today my use case is I'm officially bringing on an intern coming up in the next couple of weeks. And so I worked with ChatGPT today to figure out what onboarding needs to look like. What is the checklist? And I think that's what got me started thinking about the tech stack. What will this person need access to? How will this work? And everything around that. So it was very helpful in helping me plan for our first meeting.
Well, that's great. Congratulations, by the way. That's a big deal. And I've hired people, and they come in like, what am I supposed to do? And obviously the best ones are ones like, oh, I'm going to do this for you. And, they're the ones taking all the initiative. But when, and hopefully that's the kind of person you have. Otherwise, I had a really hard time keeping my people busy, or even if they had a lot of initiative, it was always difficult to make sure that they're doing the most important thing. Anyhow, so that's a wonderful thing, though. I mean, having help, is always a great thing, and that's what we use ChatGPT for. But it sounds like, obviously, a human being's even better.
Well, what I like about this and the human side of it is, here's someone in a different generation who is going to have different ideas, different thoughts, and I am looking at this person as a thought partner as well, to help see things in a fresh perspective. And I'm excited to get their opinion, and especially as it relates to engaging social media strategies or whatever it may be. I'm excited for that cross-generational learning.
You're so young at heart. I don't think, unless you're saying she's an older person. Okay. Just checking. Anyhow, well, thanks, Lori. That was great. And thanks, everybody, for watching. And I'm going to remind you, like I do every time, and not only remind you, I'm going to scold and castigate you if you haven't done it yet. Not really, but please subscribe. We've gotten a couple more subscribers in the last day. Let's keep it going. We need those subscribers so that we can get visibility. It'll be really appreciated. And that's all I got to say. Have a great day, a great night. It's actually a little late here. Have a great night, Lori, and good night, everybody. And we'll see you soon.